Hey Ticats fans, thanks for sticking with us through the night for the virtual draft party. And if you have stuck with us, you've been rewarded as we're joined by the head coach of the Hamilton Ticats, Orlondo Steinauer. And Orlondo, take us through how you feel your group did tonight.
Yeah, no, we're very pleased with the way things turned out. I reached out to the guys. I think one of the fun parts of this evening is just hearing the excitement in everybody's voice and knowing that they're with their families and loved ones. It's something that only happens once in a lifetime. So my encouragement to them is just to embrace it and have fun. But overall, from an organizational standpoint, we're very pleased, and hopefully we can get to playing some football soon.
Because there are so many things out of your control when it comes to the draft, how often do things kind of work themselves out when it comes to the guys you want and the guys you end up getting?
Yeah, well, like I spoke leading up to the draft, there's just certain things you can't control, unless you have the #1 pick. That's when you're really in control. And so that's where your preparation comes in. And I really just can't say enough about Drew Almain and Spencer Bowman, the rest of the personnel staff, and the preparation they did. And really a great collective effort. All the coaches had input and that sort of thing. So we were able to adjust and audible on the fly and come up with some great football players that are really going to challenge and make our football team possibly better.
Do you feel like if there were any kind of positional battles that you wanted to see more of heading into camp, do you think you found those in this draft?
Well, we want competition everywhere. And if we didn't address it in the draft, hopefully we've addressed it in free agent. And then I know we've addressed it in the people that we're bringing to camp. And so we're trying to create competition all the time just to keep that water level really high, keep raising it up, keep raising that bar. So I do think we've addressed it. And if we didn't get it all addressed in this draft, we've addressed it this offseason.
Tell us a little bit about let's go a little deeper into the first round picks. We'll start with Coulter Wood-Manzi. What do you like about his game? And when we were talking to him, said he's somebody who really looked up to Chris Van Zyl and in fact inspired him to be a professional football player. To have those guys to connect instantly right away, what's that going to mean for the chemistry of that group?
Well, he just plays the game the way that we envision it being played. He's a big man who plays aggressive football and likes to finish, and that's what we were looking for. It really stood out on tape. He was high on our board, and we were excited when he was still there. So what he'll bring is what he'll bring, but what I mean by that is so far it's just what he has on college tape, right? So you get to the next level of competition, we look that he'll bring more of the same.
And Mason Bennett, of course, taken 8th overall. What'd you like about his game, and where do you see him fitting in?
Well, I just think like the majority of these players, the best football I believe is really ahead of them. I mean, here's a big guy that can bend the corner well. I think he's a little bit stronger than people give him credit for. He plays tough, and I think he has the ability to bounce around inside a little bit. So, and again, once he gets into camp and we see how he adjusts to the speed of the game, we're excited. So when he was available, again, that excited us.
I'm sure you always have confidence in your group, but after a night like tonight, you have a little bit more confidence, and not just the guys on the field, not just the guys you picked, but the guys you surround yourself in with the coaching staff and management as well.
Yeah, it's all about the people you work with, and we feel like we've brought in some high character people, not just great football players. And hey, we're not guaranteed anything except for adversity in life. And I know one thing we've done here is we've created some really neat competition heading into camp, and I think we became a better football team, especially competitively here this evening.
I think between my conversations today with Milty and Simone and Masoli, competition is a word that's come up quite a bit, and we can't wait to see the competition work itself out in camp. We can't wait to be back at camp. Coach, I know it's been a busy couple of weeks for you. Hopefully you get a little bit of downtime. We appreciate you staying up late and finishing up with us tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great
Yeah, you too. There is Coach Orlondo Steinauer. Don't go anywhere because Sean Burke and Drew Almain will be stopping by. This is the Ticats virtual draft party presented by Ticats Insurance, provided by My Insurance Broker.